Well, thanks for visiting us this morning at KTALnews.com and your Weather Authority app. I'm meteorologist Josh Mars. This is your Tuesday morning forecast update. We have a lot of weather to talk about here. We have multiple days of severe weather on the way. Beginning tomorrow, the most significant threat for severe weather will be arriving on Thursday, so we'll spend a lot of time talking about that. Today will be a sunny, very warm day. We could actually break some record highs, and it's one of those days you'll probably want a jacket or long sleeves this morning, but you can get rid of those pretty quickly as our temperatures just rocketing through the 70s this morning. They actually went up close to 80 degrees by lunchtime today, and highs this afternoon will be in the mid-80s for many locations, which will tie and likely break some record highs across the region here, and that warm air kind of setting the stage for the storms here in the upcoming days. We're just kind of awaiting the return of the humidity, which will be tonight as well as tomorrow, and that will really serve as some of the formula for those thunderstorms in the upcoming days here. But you can see the temperatures this morning were actually in the 30s north of I-30. We're in the 40s in Shreveport, and high temperatures today all the way up to 83 in Texarkana. Your record is 84, so you'll come close today. The record in Shreveport is 85, and forecasting us to go to about 86 degrees, so likely running the air conditioning again this afternoon. Now, a couple of things to point out. We have this cold front that's down along the coast, so we're feeling the cold air this morning. This is the front that will come back tonight as a warm front and bring us our severe weather threat on Wednesday. And as far as Thursday's severe weather threat, that will be the more substantial threat. You can see the low out here in the Pacific Northwest. That's going to dig down the California coastline and then roll across the country here tomorrow, arriving in the Arklatex on Thursday. And that will be the trigger for the more significant severe weather threat. So severe weather threat number one will be arriving tomorrow, most likely in the afternoon, as that warm front will settle between I-20 and I-30. And that front will be the mechanism or the trigger for the storms, especially in the afternoon. It looks like wind and hail, especially hail, would be the main threat for us with any storms that get going tomorrow afternoon, but we actually can't rule out maybe a few tornadoes as well. So that's window number one for severe weather, which will likely be really between 2 and I would say 6 p.m. on Wednesday. And then the more substantial threat will be arriving Thursday. We'll get you to that in just a moment. Wanted to get through today. You can see plenty of sun out there. Breezy day as well, as the temperatures will likely wind up in the mid-80s with the assist from that south breeze, which will be coming through at about 10 to 15 miles per hour. Now, the warm front will come in tonight, and that's the humidity returning, which is why you see the clouds. Some of the forecast models hinting there could be some storms here in the morning. If those were to come to fruition, likely would not be severe, but we can't rule out some wind and maybe some small hail with the storms there in the morning. And then once that front settles in the afternoon, these would be the storms here, especially along I-30. That would be the ones that we would be more concerned about for severe weather on Wednesday. And you can see the storms kind of come to an end after sunset as the temperatures start to drop off, and then we'll kind of wait severe weather threat number two, which will be arriving on Thursday, and that's the more substantial threat. You can see we're in that level 3 enhanced risk outlook for Thursday afternoon into Thursday night. There is going to be a level 4 likely issued in the upcoming days, so this will be a moderate risk once the confidence with the Storm Prediction Center, once their confidence increases, and where we could see the potential for some significant damaging wind gusts, talking wind gusts that may be upwards of 70 miles per hour, and potentially some strong tornadoes. Once they kind of figure out where that location will be, we'll likely see a level 4 issued, and that will probably be, if not over us, very close to the Arklatex on Thursday. Still some uncertainty as to how Thursday will play out, but we're picking things up at noon here, and you can see that cold front does come in Thursday evening. So these would be the storms here that we're very concerned about. Not only the threat of some wind damage and a few strong tornadoes, but we could actually see some very large hail with those storms on Thursday as well. Looks like everything will dry out pretty quickly on Friday morning, but we can't rule out just a quick lingering shower early Friday. You can see the temperatures here go from the 80s to the 50s and 60s on Friday. Weekend looks perfect as we'll have sunshine out there Saturday and Sunday, and highs in the low 70s through the upcoming weekend.